Gonna sing 4 songs from Native American.Church, Pejuta way, sacred ceremony that we do, Native people all over this country. From the nighttime ceremony, you go in 9 at night, come out at 6 in the morning with the sun. Prayers, songs, healings. The medicine we partake in, Holy Sacrament. It only takes us to a higher frequency vibration to connect in that quantum. Now that we know, we have that faith, we have that depth that our prayers are being answered, healing is happening for everyone there, but especially they're usually sponsored a ceremony for a healing for someone many times. And the elders, they basically have dedicated, and many people today dedicated their entire life to this way of life. They start when they're very young, their families, and it makes them feel really a balanced way of life. There's like 500,000 members of the American.Church, and no matter, since it began around the turn of 1900, it's always been used by the southern people and the Mexican people and the Huichols, northern Mexico, but came to the States then. Native people have never lost a case for the right to use their peyote, their ceremonial, their pray, sing, dance, use all the elements. Never lost a case. So that's how sacred it is. The Creator's protected it for them. And it's not getting high, it's not DMT, it's not just go into altered states and that's where you want to live. No. When you go in the ceremony and you do partake in the medicine, you do sing and you do pray, and when you come out in the morning, you come out, we have a feast food. We eat the sacred corn, sacred berries, the sacred meat, sacred water. It's been all blessed by the grandmothers. When you came out in that morning, you are completely back to yourself. You are 100% back, grounded, completely. And you just feel great. You feel like you've never felt before. But not in any kind of high way. In a balanced, harmonious, emotional, mental, physical, spiritual, on all levels. And where many people would have to, take days to come down from experience. But that's the way that the medicine is. That's the way it's designed. It's very, very, very holy. And we were in a meeting one night. We had in Texas, where I lived for many, many years, almost 2 decades. We had a ranch. We would sponsor these ceremonies. The American.Church. The American.Church still exists there, West Point, Texas. And we had an elder there who was from a tribe in Oklahoma, and he was actually the president of the Native American.Church of Oklahoma. And he was from a tribe that was not remote, but had been dwindled from the takeover, the attempted genocide back in the generations, back the last few centuries. That his tribe name, which I don't recall, was not even recognized by the federal government as a tribe. So it was illegal for him to have eagle feathers because he wasn't registered as a tribe. So amazing what they've been through. But in the morning, when it was very, very sacred time in the morning, 4 or 5, 6 in the morning, and we're really balanced and really in a good state. And he stood up, he told the story. He says, we used to have all these ceremonies, all these waves, the buffalo dance and the eagle dances and all the different medicines from this earth and cosmos. But it all got taken away from us when we got put on these reservations, when they tried to decimate us. We lost so much. But at that same time, turn of the 1900 era, he said that all that stuff got taken away, but that's the time the Creator gave us back this sacred peyote right here. The sacred peyote chief that sits on the altar in the center, the spirit of the medicine way of the ancient peoples. And he said, all of our ceremonies, everything we lost through all the centuries, eons of time, are right here in this teepee, right here in this medicine, right here in this sacred path. All the different steps that we take inside the ceremony. You could experience anything from any era, from any eon of time of our sacred ceremonies right here. You could experience buffalo in here. You could experience the bear. You could experience the cougar. You could experience the memories of the ancient people, visions. So all that was taken away, the Great Spirit brought us back this medicine right here, this teepee. So that's probably the main, universally of all tribes, they use the medicine. And they all still have a lot of their own ceremonies, the sun dance and the sweat lodge and the Humbletia vision quest, sacred Chinoopa peace pipe, and all the different tribes, Western tribes, they have their own rituals and dances, and Kiva and the Hopis and all over. But some part of their tribe all uses this sacred medicine. Yana he ne ne, yana he ne ne, yana he ne ne, yana he ne ne, yana he yo we know we are nine. Yana he ne ne, yana he ne ne, yana he yo we know we are nine yo. Yana yo we know we are nine, yana he ne ne, yana he ne ne, yana he yo we know we are nine. Yana he ne ne, yana he ne ne, yana he yo we know we are nine yo. Yana yo we know we are nine, yana he ne ne, yana he ne ne, yana he yo we know we are nine. Yana he ne ne, yana he ne ne, yana he yo we know we are nine yo. Yana yo we know we are nine, yana he ne ne, yana he ne ne, yana he yo we know we are nine. Yana he ne ne, yana he ne ne, yana he yo we know we are nine yo. Getchimana noe noe ge, getchimana doe, 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 hey ya no he ne yo, hey me ma shume dange, getchimana doe. Getchimana doe, getchimana doe, getchimana noe noe ge, getchimana doe, getchimana noe noe ge, getchimana doe, getchimana noe noe ge, getchimana doe, hey ya no he ne yo, hey me ma shume dange, getchimana doe, getchimana noe noe ge, getchimana doe, getchimana noe noe ge, getchimana doe, getchimana noe noe ge geti mana do we geti mana noe noe ge geti mana do we hey no hey ne yo hey me ma show me dange geti mana do we geti mana noe noe ge geti mana do we geti mana noe noe ge geti mana do we geti mana noe noe ge geti mana do we geti mana noe noe ge geti mana do we hey no hey ne yo we hey me ma show me dange geti mana do geti mana noe noe ge geti mana do we geti mana noe noe ge geti mana do we geti mana noe noe ge geti mana do we geti mana noe noe ge geti mana do we hey no ne yo we yo 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 no wanna yo no wanna yo 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 no wanna yo no wanna yo 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 no wanna yo no wanna yo 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 no wanna we are no hey me yo yo no wanna yo no wanna yo no wanna yo no wanna yo yo no wanna yo no wanna yo no wanna we are no hey me yo no wanna 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 we are no hey me yo no wanna 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 we are no hey me yo no wanna 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 he and hey me hey yana yo wanna hey yana yo wanna hey ya Oshimano wa hey yana Oshimano wa hey yana hey ne yo wanna Oshimano wa hey yana Oshimano wa hey yana hey ne yo wanna Oshimano wa hey yana Oshimano wa hey yana ne yo hey yana yo wanna hey yana yo wanna hey Oshimano wa hey yana Oshimano wa hey yana hey ne yo So we would most of the people in the teepee, maybe 30 people, would all sing. They would all take turns. There's a drummer that come around with them. They would drum on a water drum. A kettle half filled with water with usually a moose hide. Hit it with a stick. And everybody would take turns, all the way around, probably sing 4 songs. Everybody sings 4 songs, so we'd probably sing, go all the way around. Everybody sing 4 different times, so we'd probably sing 150 songs that night. And it just kept that energy. I mean, sky high. So many teachings. They would do ancient teachings in there, and they would get up and they would do doctoring. They do healing with feathers and stuff like this. Hey people. And we'd be doing fanning them off and taking them up, and they would take them in front of the fire. There'd be a fire in the middle, and they would fan them off with cedar and give them special medicine, and everybody pray for them, and they fan them off, and their family, they fan their family off, and that person could come out well. I knew one elder that we sponsored a meeting for him. He was an elder, and he was having a problem with his liver, the liver disease. And we started out the ceremony, he looked like 90 years old. And everybody prayed for him, they doctored him, they did all this. And he was a big chief, In the morning, he looked like he was 50 years old. I mean, he looked great, amazing. He says, the nephew that ran the ceremony, he said, "You did it, nephew, you did it. You fixed my liver. I didn't know you could do it. I didn't really think you could do it, but you did it." Everybody's kind of laughing under their breath. They're like, "Oh my gosh." But you had that power in you. You had that medicine. You had that gift. The spirit world, the universe took pity on you and me and all of us, and this happened. So he had some of his other medicine men do some healings on him. I think he had 4 or 5 healings all over a short period of time. And he was healed of liver disease. Not a speck of it was left. And he didn't have to go to the white man doctors for them to tell him that. He just knew how great he felt, and he never came back. So that's how it works. And that's one experience I've had in there. So another time, funny story, was at midnight. They're bringing the sacred water, and the firemen would pray over the water, and then they would bless that water that way. And then at 4 a.m., the grandmother would take a bucket of water and she would pray with it, and she would pray for up to an hour. We're talking half hour, talking about praying the sacred tobacco and then praying over that water. And when that in the 4 a.m. water, the goddess comes in. There's a goddess that comes right through that grandmother or that woman who's praying, and it changes all of our lives. Right then and there, our lives are changed. But at midnight, the firemen would pray over the water. And they were teaching me how to be firemen. I did fire many times. Took care of that fire a certain way all night long. 12 hours you keep that fire going. And so I pray over the water. Well, there was a chief in there, and whenever when you eat that medicine, you're invariably gonna you might it pulls the toxins from everywhere all over your body, and you might release it. We call it getting well, not getting sick, getting well. And they give you a bag, or they do it dirt, and the fireman comes around, his helpers, and they shovel it, take it all out. But that's just healing you, pulling all the toxins out of your body. In the morning, you feel like you never felt. But that was part of the ceremony. Is sometimes you get well, So, well, when that water is coming around, midnight water or morning water, and I was praying over it, and all of a sudden I hear this woman get violently well over there, and I'm like, oh my God. And then I looked, and I realized it was one of the chief's wives. I was like, oh no, I did something wrong. Oh my God, I made her sick. I made her well. Well, that was the truth, was making her well. And she got all well. She was better, but she kind of looked embarrassed, and her husband looked at her a couple times. I didn't know. I just kept going what I was doing. And later on, and she told me, she said, later on, the next day we're all together, she said, I was having not right thoughts during that prayer time. I wasn't having no good thoughts towards someone. And the way you prayed, the way you offered, to be vessel for the Creator right then and there, it caused all that to come up. I didn't even realize where I was going through, and it brought all that up, and I released all that. And now I feel great again. I feel fine. I learned. I had the awareness, the realization of what everything was going on with me. And so she shook my hand. She thanked me. This is one of the chief's wives. I'm like, wow. Okay. And I was, a little bit young then, right? Well, 30s, but now you're young on the path, no matter what age you are, in these old native ways. So, and self-esteem and, self-worth and all that. And it's like, oh, good, So you gradually learn from these ceremonies. You learn. You get your confidence up, but in a humble way, in a way of self-respect, self-love, and a respect for that medicine in these ways. Respect for the sacredness of humbleness. I haven't been in ceremony only once or twice in the past few years. But I did this long ago. I was part of the member of the church, the way. It's called a church, but it's just a Indian way. They call it church so we get the nonprofit and we're legalized, that way. So, but it's really TP. It's medicine way. It's a healing medicine way. So, but I love it. I love it, and I do it, occasionally. And yeah, I changed my life during a probably 15-year span that I was doing it regularly with people. So one of the ways that grew me into who I am, all my stories, and heal me, make me a whole person. Yeah, these are native earth ways around the world are very, we know the wisdom and the mastery and the amazingness to them all. Hey, shishine, nene, namaka, they call it Pejuta Wakan, holy medicine. Wopala, many thanks. Mitakuye Asen, we're all relatives, we're all one, sharing sacred ways and knowledge that you may partake. If you ever get invited, please go. If you find a Native American teepee way, medicine way, Native American church, and you will change your life. Blessings on this cool day out here by the sacred river. Way ho hey ho ho hey. Way ho hey ho hey. Way ho hey ho hey. Way ho hey ho hey. Honor all the ancestors, the tribes that were here. Spirit of nature, spirit of the sun, skies, the earth, within. Christ heart within. All of our master teachers, ascended masters, archangels, Elohims, cosmic beings, the cosmic light, Devic kingdoms, elemental kingdoms. We're all one. We're all aspects. We honor everything, so we keep everything in balance. So we don't forget anything. Our elders, our children, our relatives, our loved ones, our soul family, blood family, soul family, frequency family, our cosmic family, ancestral. We're all one. We're no different. You don't have to be native to do these things. He's native to Earth. So these ways are for all of us. And yeah, peace and blessings.